Well, I want to welcome everybody for being here. I'm Jason Oliver. I'm the principal here at Arlington Heights High School. And I have some introductions, and you always hear this, but if I forget anybody, please forgive me. First of all, we have the Mayor of Fort Worth, Betsy Price. Thank you for coming. Yes. We have the Fort Worth Chief of Police, Jeffrey Halstead. Thank you. We have our Fort Worth ISD School Board President, Judy Needham. Thank you. And these three people, in accordance with the people I'm about to announce, were the ones who really got this started. And so I do thank y'all for y'all's support. I also need to thank Julie Cox, Fort Worth Police Department. June Davis, Fort Worth ISD Director of Student Services, thank you. And then our three AVID teachers, and this is special to me because we have Northside and Arlington Heights AVID, and as I came in, I was greeted by three students that I had as their middle school principal, and so it's just kind of special for me. But first of all, the Northside AVID teacher, Rhonda O'Brien, thank you. And then Arlington Heights High School AVID teachers, Vicki Steller and Jackie Garcia. And I just want to say, what we're seeing here today, it's amazing seeing the city, the school district, the Fort Worth Police Department coming together, caring for kids and showing that we care for kids. And so this has been a tremendous project. It's just like anything. It's turned out 1,000 times better than when we originally thought about this. And so from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody who participated in this. I know I came up over the break, and the building was open 24/7 with people working. So again, thank y'all very much. We're very proud to have that here, and I appreciate everybody's support. And I'm going to introduce April Hernandez, our senior AVID students at Arlington Heights High School.
Hello. Okay. I'd like to take a minute to thank the following people. We had some sponsors that helped with the care closet, and without them we couldn't have made it. We have our principal, Jason Oliver, for allowing our school to be a part of this project, for always looking out for our students and always being involved in this school and helping us out. For Angela Franklin and Michelle Lynn with BOMA, for putting the calls to your networks and providing the support that we need to see this project through. To Project Success 1, PS1, for your commitment to our homeless youth in the community and for your vision in this endeavor. To Audubon Fort Worth for being the first company to donate to our cause, and you guys are really an amazing example for our community. Thank you for setting the example. To Orlando Group for providing the supplies and the main power to make sure we had room that was effective to serve like a number of youth and all the people that that are going to come by and be able to benefit from this. And the Meadows Foundation for always providing support to our school and different causes that are so important to the students' future. We would also like to thank the following companies that so willingly donated to this project: Jones Lane, LaSalle Americas Inc., Rick Sparkles Homeless Outreach, Regent Services, Couponing with Couponica, Pierce General Contractors, Northside High School AVID Program, and Miss Rhonda O'Brien. Arlington Heights High School AVID Program, Miss Jackie Garcia and Miss Vicki Steller. And the Fort Worth ISD, 7th Street Cleaners, On Time Moving and Delivery, and Rachel Scalfano. And next, I would like to thank my dad, Alfonso Hernandez, who helped with this project and helped start out. And he guided us as a student to paint at the care closet, and it was an honor working side by side with him on this project. Lastly, I want to ask all the AVID teachers to stand up. And y'all are already standing. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you guys. It was an amazing opportunity to be able to work with you guys my senior year, and I know that so many people here are so grateful that you guys took your time to come and support this and to help other youth. And I would like to do that. That'll be all.
Let me see which one. It's this one, I think. I'm Officer Julie Cox. I'm the homeless liaison out of the chief's office. And before I start, I actually have two thank yous that I have to, two people that I have to recognize. One, Patricia Gutierrez. I get a lot of emails of people that say, hey, I want to volunteer, and a lot of them really never show up. She sent an email, and just to paraphrase what she said, she put her name, I'm the wife of a detective, and I want to help. So what she didn't realize is she was really going to get to help. She was in charge of all of the volunteers during sort day. She bought guns so we could tag the clothes. She bought separation, everything. Thank you for everything you did. That was amazing. And for the board at Project Success One, you know, I say this so many times, anyone can have an idea. If you don't have the tools and you don't have the people that back you in those ideas, it's not going to go anywhere. Could y'all please stand on my board for Project Success One? I mean, really, thank you guys so much. I know y'all get tired. I come into meetings and go, hey, I got an idea, and they're like, oh, no, not again. But really, thank you guys for everything you guys do and supporting everything that PS1 stands for. Thank you. A little history on the closet, and I have to give myself a time limit because I could talk about my kids forever. When we launched Project Success One for our unsheltered and at-risk youth in March of last year, we uncovered a lot of issues that I guess we knew existed, and not that we weren't ready to face them, but you know, as we conquered one issue after another, we wanted to take care of the smaller ones first. And one day, one of our kids came into class, and you know, we teach them finance, and we teach them how to make artwork and how to make furniture and how to demographics and selling and all that stuff. And one of our homeless kids was working on a piece of art, and he said, "So, Officer Julie, if I sell this piece of art for $40, and I have to donate 30% back to the community, that means I get $28, right?" And I said, "Yeah, that's right. That's great." But what he said next was going to stick with me for a very long time. He then said, "So I can buy shoes, right?" And to this day, when I think about that, I'm like, okay, this child should be thinking about math or English or football games or girls, a number of different things, but not about shoes. So I went to the PS1 board. I'm like, we got to do something. This isn't right. I know we're trying to reach kids on a different level with teaching them skills, but maybe we can do something else. And I started thinking about my little prostitutes that visit Lancaster and frequent Lancaster, and how they turn a trick to make $10, $15. And as a police officer, I know that too well because we even have a term for it. We call it survival sex. They're out there turning tricks just so they can survive from day to day. And I can't help but think that, okay, maybe they just needed a pair of shoes. Maybe they needed hygiene products. Maybe it was something that I could have done. And what can we do as a community? So, of course, I started doing what I do best, talking. And I started talking to everybody I came in contact with. And come October 9th, set up a meeting with the Fort Worth ISD, and a chain of events started that, of course, I shouldn't be surprised, and I know Mayor Price, we say this all the time. We live in Fort Worth, for crying out loud. I knew it was going to happen. So it was one company after another, one organization after another, one person after another that said, anything for our kids. If this is going to help our kids succeed in school, if this is going to give them what they need to become productive citizens, we want to help. And it was absolutely amazing. We did the math. About 400 hours, 400 volunteer hours went into this closet in the last 2 Saturdays. So it's absolutely amazing. And once again, just because one person has the idea doesn't mean that one person did it by themselves. It was a community effort. You know, the staff in the chief's office, when I went upstairs and said, hey, we've got to do this, they were like, okay, tell us what you need us to do. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for always looking out for our youth. Thanks, Chief. It's absolutely amazing. And now, let me see, where am I at? I think now we have the amazing teachers that I get to work with every single day that we talked about the care closet. Mrs. Rhonda O'Brien and Miss Jackie Trevino.
We need to get our avid kids up here. Arlington Heights and North Side.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Some of y'all want to come on this side? Thank you.
For those of you that don't know what AVID stands for, it's Advancement via Individual Determination. It's an elective course that's offered starting in the middle schools and into the high schools in most of our Fort Worth ISD. It's a college readiness program, and it takes chosen students who are recommended, and it starts off talking about college, immersing them in all things college, so that by the time that they're seniors, it's really not a question of whether they'll go to college. It becomes a question of where they're going to go to college, because they'll have many choices of colleges that they've applied to. These kids are amazing leaders, and you can see by the show of support here that they've played a big role in helping the community through this wonderful project. I do want to introduce the North Side AVID kids, and then I'll let Jackie introduce her students. But this is Bianca Espinoza. She's a freshman at Northside, AVID student. Julia Baronis, sophomore. Just raise your hand. Melissa Diaz is a junior and number 10 in her class. And Andreas Diaz de Leon is my senior. And he's just been accepted to the University of Texas Arlington, where he will reside and attend classes in the fall. I saw my principal sneak in, so I do want to recognize him and thank him, because I know that I speak for all AVID teachers that we're an elective course, and if you don't have the backing and the support of your principal, AVID just doesn't happen. So I really, really want to recognize and thank Mr. Martinez, because he believes in this program. He believes in me. He believes in these kids. And he always says that they have the potential to change the world, and it starts right here in our neighborhood. And that's exactly what this project has been. So, Mr. Martinez, thank you so much. AVID is raising up leaders. These are our future leaders. I'm very fortunate to be their teacher. Through this project, their eyes have been opened to a need in the community that is so much bigger than themselves. Volunteering teaches you things that you can't teach in the classroom. So I'm so fortunate they can learn that they can make changes in their community, but by getting involved. So these kids were not sleeping in. They were not playing video games. They were up here on Saturdays. In fact, they were up here on the Saturday after spring break. They're the game changers. They choose activism over passivism, and they're part of a solution that gives back to those that are less fortunate. They're learning that their humble generosity can make a difference in the lives of many because they got involved. Their compassion and understanding certainly reflects their values and their priorities. It is for this reason that I'm comfortable knowing that Andreas here could someday be my doctor, because that's his chosen field. He'll someday heal the afflicted, and these other AVID kids will realize their purpose, and that's your hope, that they realize their purpose on this planet, because that they looked outside of themselves, and for a moment they realized that their potential to affect change was quite monumental. Julie Cox, thank you so much for letting us be involved. There are many people with passion, there's lots of people with vision, but there are few people that can take a vision, put every ounce of soul into it, and make it happen within 5 months, which is exactly what the Care Closet was a vision only 5 months ago. When she came into my classroom, when I called her, I had her come into my classroom to talk to my kids about the importance of giving back, about community service, and she said, I don't even like kids. I don't even like kids, but Julie Cox isn't fooling anybody. She has this big soft spot in her heart for all kids. And she told my students she didn't like kids. But she's just got this warm, huge spot in her heart for all kids, especially those who are homeless and disadvantaged. So I like to think of Julie Cox as the Oprah Winfrey of Fort Worth. Because when she sees it, know that it will happen. And when it does, it'll be done with integrity and compassion and love for all those that seek her help. Thank you.
I'm Jackie Trevino Garcia, and I'm the AVID coordinator here at Arlington Heights High School. As you can see, we had several of our students here that participated as well. We had Rebecca. She is a senior who's been accepted to Houston Baptist University, Texas Women's University. We have Mia, who is a junior, Luis Avila, who is a junior. We have Miss Rebecca, who just came to us from Florida. And there's an AVID program in Florida, so she just came probably a couple of weeks ago and already started contributing here. Victoria Young, who is a junior. We have Daria Bettis, who is a junior. We also have April Hernandez, who is a senior, who's been accepted to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. We have Kiara Williams, who is a sophomore. Michaela Spencer, who is a sophomore. We have Heaven Jackson, who is a junior. Jonas Fierro, who is a junior. Caitlin O'Hara, who is also a junior. Luis Vasquez, junior. We have Elliot Wattenberg, who is a junior. Jose Montaño, who is an AVID senior, who has been accepted to Texas State University and UTA. We have Anthony Rodriguez, who is a senior, who is waiting on his acceptance letters. We also have George Luna, who has been accepted to Texas State, UTA, Baylor, TCU. Am I missing? I think. We're waiting on Columbia. But I would first like to thank Mr. Oliver and Ms. Seibel for the opportunity to have our students here at Arlington Heights to collaborate with the community. There were so many community members here that our students worked with. And that was a very important lesson for our students to participate in. And we can't thank you all enough for allowing us to be a part of that. If there's a big project coming or anything, Mr. Oliver knows that he can rely on the AVID students, the AVID teachers and program to do it. And I tell the students, y'all need to make sure that y'all can reach the expectations that Mr. Oliver is setting for y'all. And they definitely do. So we're very proud of them, and thank you, Mr. Oliver, for always thinking of our program. I'd like to thank our students who did give their time. They're very excited and enthusiastic about being part of this project, and we appreciate y'all from coming in and staying late at 9 o'clock, primering or filling in the wood putty, to sorting clothes, to there were several things that the kids did. I personally would like to thank Mrs. Stellar, who is my partner here at Heights, and she definitely partner in crime, who helps me and pushes me when I'm thinking, oh, I can't do this anymore. She's let's keep going. So we push each other, and that's very important to collaborate with the people that you work with here in the school. And it's very important that the message be given to the students, or the students know the message. Basically, the message is that no matter what age you are, you can always give back. Whether you're 9, 10 years old, 10-year-old, my daughter was up here volunteering as well, to adults who are within the community. And I think it was so important for the students and my own children to see that there were so many different age groups that worked together to make this care closet possible. And also, it's important that the students know, no matter what your situation is, that you can always give back. And our students here come from a variety of backgrounds, and it's important that they know that, and they do believe it, and they've practiced it today, or with this project. And it's important that that our students know that y'all already changed lives. Ms. Officer Cox has already been receiving emails from counselors and different people in our Fort Worth ISD community already saying that they're ready to come, that they have students who have needs. So students, just know that by your efforts that you've already started changing lives. So we appreciate all of y'all's efforts and time and support. Thank you. I'd like to hand it to Mr. Andreas, and he has an introduction. Okay.
Good afternoon. I am Andres Diaz de Leon. I'm a senior at Northside High School. Of course, I'm part of the AVID program. And I would like to first give thanks to Ms. O'Brien for pushing me so hard to strive for more than what I previously was. As she indicated before, instead of being the average Joe, staying at home, playing video games, I used to be like that. I used to just look outside and think, oh, I'm okay inside. But not anymore. I see now that there are many unfortunate kids out there who really need our help. And I take it upon myself to say, I can be more than what I originally thought I could be. And she helped push me. She showed me that AVID can help show me the way to be more than I could be, to go into the medical field and to become a doctor, to help those in need. Not just the ones I can help, but to help other people help those in need as well. I would also like to thank my mom, who couldn't be here today, but she helped me as a young boy to endure many challenges along the way, to see that the world is a scary place, but that doesn't mean we should run from it. Never run from our fears and always face challenges. I'm here today to not only give thanks to the AVID program, who contributed 240 pairs of blue jeans to the care closet as part of our midterm exam, but we did it, of course, in honor of the kids. Because me personally, I grew up in poverty. I know what it feels like to not have the things that many others get a chance to see. I grew up in a small little house. It's not even ours. So I can't relate exactly to what these kids are feeling, but it touches my heart to hear the compelling story from what I've heard from our AVID teachers and from the Cox to tell us, it doesn't hurt to be part of our community. It doesn't hurt to get out there and to help everyone who you can possibly help. And especially today, I am given the privilege to introduce our Fort Worth Chief of Police, Chief Jeffrey Halstead.
Well, good afternoon. There's been a lot said. I think what's very, very special about our city and what's even more special about our community is the fact that your police department has a lot of officers, just like Julie Cox. When you look behind the room, you see that this is embedded within the fabric of our profession. And even though I say we have a lot of officers like Julie Cox, we only have one Julie Cox. And I just wanted to say a sincere appreciation because I know how much she gives and how much she cares. And we're very fortunate we get to go to many community events together. But what I wanted to let all of you know as community members, as stakeholders, as residents, as supporters and future leaders, your police department has a very special place in their hearts, every police officer, for children. Many of them have taken this job, and the most impactful calls that they go on is for children are victims, children are helpless, children are homeless, and it will bother them the rest of their careers. Me too. In 1992, I was very fortunate to be transferred to an at-risk youth program. A lot of officers thought it was kind of punishment. I had to go work the projects in a youth center. Absolutely changed my life. I saw the conditions and the environment of our future leaders that had absolutely nothing. They would come to our youth center to get free food from the police officers because they didn't have a meal that day. And it really didn't hit home until I had our second son, Jordan, and I was talking about some of the things we had to buy for his baby's room. And one of the little girls, Josefina, asked me, "He has his own room?" And it really impacted me that as police officers, you're call to call, crime to crime, report to report. And when you live in a city where the fabric of your community comes together, like all of these entities on the front of our board, and they work in partnership with the police department so that we can better things in our community for the most important residents, you're in a wonderful place. And I am absolutely blessed to be chief in such an amazing city where we have so many like Julie who find it a passion in their heart to serve so many others. So as chief of police, but most importantly as a resident, what an amazing program. And thank you all so much for supporting this, because your extension of giving is more amazing than you can ever imagine. And it absolutely benefits us because we see less pain and suffering in the eyes of those that mean so much to us. Thank you so much. I think you have an introduction, Mayor. Yeah. Good job. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Luis Vasquez.
And my name is Elliot Wattenberg, and we would like to present the Care Closet.
The Care Closet is for underprivileged and homeless youth in Fort Worth IC. It provides clothing, toiletries, shoes, and other various supplies.
This is a golden opportunity to help those in need, and we are honored to present it.
Without further ado, it is our privilege to introduce Mayor Betsy Price.
Aren't these kids amazing? They are. You know, we're so fortunate to get to travel around our great city and see so many wonderful things going on. The people of Fort Worth truly are the most giving, caring people that ever was. And I hope that one of these days, one of you in this crew will be the mayor or the councilman or our congresswoman or congressman or senator. And I know you will if you keep working. Abbott's a great program, and Heights, Northside, Fort Worth ISD do a great job. Chief, your officers are incredible, what they bring to the city. And Julie, you may not like children, but there's not a child around that doesn't love Julie Cox. We just got this backwards. Kids love Julie. She's incredible. No child should have to be homeless, and we know it's not an issue that will stop overnight, but we have to continue to work at that. Whether y'all realize it or not, I'm a graduate of Arlington Heights, and one of the things that we did as part of our projects every year as National Honor Society and other things was to volunteer. Volunteerism will take you a long way. The first time I ran for office, one of the big political consultants in town said, "Betsy, I don't think you can do this. You've got the business background, but not the political background to do it." I said, "You hide and watch. I've got a lot of volunteer hours." And he said later, "I'll eat my words. It's those volunteer connections you made that put you in office." And that's true. Not only that, but it's the right thing to do. Whether you have a little or have a lot, my parents always said, give something back to the community where you live. So if you have just a little, you have a little bit more than someone else. So thank you for giving that back. There are 1,200 known homeless children in Fort Worth ISD. And that, we think, is a very small estimate. Judy said she thought it might be as high as 1,600. That's a shame. This Care Closet, and the kids named the Care Closet, it's a perfect name. Will go a long way towards helping those. No child should have to resort to survival sex or to selling drugs or themselves or anything just for a pair of shoes. It just shouldn't happen where in the community where we live. And you are going a long way, you and your teachers, towards stopping that. You also help us move on as a community to tackle the bigger issues. While we may or may not solve homelessness overnight, this will go a long way towards making that first giant leap to helping us get there. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for picking a wonderful name, for donating your spring break, for donating some of your midterm exam in the form of blue jeans. We appreciate that. And to your teachers, you're a tremendous example for what you do for these kids, and we're very proud of you. So let's keep doing it, and let's stop homelessness one small step at a time. That's what will make it happen. Thank you.
Well, I'm the last one on the ticket. I know, I always really tear up because this is just incredible that we have all these different walks of life in this room, and that you all have a heart for kids. And even our kids have a heart for kids. And it's just an amazing opportunity for them to give back, for you guys to give back. And it is just a privilege to have gotten to work on the Care Closet. And I thank Julie for her vision, and Rhonda, and also Chief Halstead, Mayor Price, Judy Needham, our school board member, and of course my principal, Mr. Oliver, who is just awesome. And all the wonderful people that I got to meet along the past week and a half. At this time, let's go have fun and cut the ribbon and have some cookies. Anyway, thank you all for being here.
Now you're ready on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Man, I gutted it and
Looks great.
They built
You've
a-
even got jewelry and stuff for the kids. That's perfect.
they built a changing table. Changed this.
Good deal. Pull this out.
Everything's been built. This was
Here we
nothing
go.
but walls and wires.
You like
It
it?
looks very nice.
Oh, let me see.